part 3 of Keith Haring, and the one that you're truly going to get inspiration for your project on is going to be drawing figures like Keith Haring. This is what he was most known for, his people. These are what you probably have seen. He had a billboard in Times Square with his people. He's been on notebooks, all that stuff. So I wanted you to do these parts because you might want to include hearts or dogs or your own creation just in the same style as Keith Haring. So for instance, let's say in your project you don't want to use a heart or a dog, but you want to use, can't you see how that dog could be turned into an alligator just by shortening his legs and lengthening his tail? So you would be creating an alligator similar to Keith Haring's style, but it would be your own invention then. So our project eventually is going to be in the same style as Keith Haring, but you can make it what you want. So what you're practicing today are how to draw people like Keith Haring. This sheet is very simple. For all of you students who say at the beginning of the year, I can't even draw a stick figure, or I can barely draw a stick figure, this is perfect for you because Keith Haring starts with a stick figure. So you're going to draw a stick figure doing whatever pose you want it to be doing. Let's just say that the person that you want to draw is doing the dab, or doing a split, or doing a yoga pose, or jumping rope, whatever. You're going to draw just a simple stick figure doing whatever that activity is. This one kind of looks like he's running, or he's got his leg out actually. What Keith Haring does next is you're going to go around the stick figure to make it thicker so that he's starting to have actually thick legs. It's not just a line. And then what you do, so it's kind of showing you in a diagonal, is you're going to go in and erase the actual stick figure so that you've got a person that is actually making a movement. Now these are some that Keith Haring actually drew. So you can see the different movements that the people are doing. So again, here's what I want you to practice today. Just actually drawing some different movements. So again, you're going to start, let's say you're drawing somebody who's doing a split. So I'm going to start by drawing the stick figure, making a split. Let's do a cheerleader so their arms are up like this. Next, you just go around and you are going to make the person thicker like this. And then what you would do is you would go in, I drew in Sharpie, sorry, but I wanted you to see it. You'd go in and erase your stick person so that it would only be the solid person left. Just like that. So you can get creative with what you want your person to do. Your person could be running, dancing, jumping rope. Think about things that you like if you're a soccer player. How would you kick the ball so that it would look like a soccer player? I'm not a soccer player, but let's just say that I'm kicking the ball like that, and one arm is here and one arm is here. I don't know, soccer players, draw it yourself, but you get the point. So then after you've drawn the stick person in the movement that you want, you go back and you thicken his arms, his legs, so that he becomes a person like Keith Haring's. Then erase your stick person. Look back at your worksheet too. If you want to get a little bit more advanced, for some of you that like to go a little beyond what I'm expecting, look how he changed the shape of like the shoulders of his person. He bent the knees so they came to a point. He changed the thickness so the arms got thinner as it reached his hands, or they got thinner the closer it got to his foot. So you can change the thickness if you want to get a little bit more advanced with your drawings like Keith Haring. So today, after you've practiced with your worksheet, trying to draw the ones that you see on there. I want you on a blank sheet of paper for you to come up with, let's say, 5 to 10 people making movements on your own creative movements. So not from the sheet. I want you to think about you. What kind of movements do you make in a day? So again, if you're a cheerleader, if you're a soccer player, if you're a volleyball player, if you are somebody who draws, how can you show that movement in a person? Whatever you want to do. So today, what you're doing, practicing with your worksheet to draw the people like Keith Haring, and then on a blank sheet of paper, you're coming up with 5 to 10 people moving, and you're drawing them just like you learned from the sheet, but this time yours won't look like your neighbor because you're coming up with your own movements. Okay,